Season and awaiting the signal with the ball at the BC 30. Thursday night football from McMahon Stadium in Calgary is underway with Meyer kicking it off and McAllister awaiting it down at the 15. Tyreek McAllister across the 30, 35, and a good return for him as he gets it up across the board. He's making way for Vernon Adams Jr. in Kelowna in week 4. He hit a 57-yarder tied for the league lead. This is a 55-yard attempt. And he is money again from long distance. Mikitamni is now 5 for 5, 50 plus. It's the Stamps are first on the board. So the newest Calgary receiver, and it's a first down at the BC 53. Adams off to the right, caught, and inside the 40, and that's another new addition. One of the best receivers in the Canadian Football League. 2nd and 2 after that pickup by Jalen Alford. Philpott, here's Mills going to work. Dedrick Mills spinning, chugging, getting inside the 10. 1st and goal, Calgary coming up. Jason McGugan will have the snap. Mark Bassett the hold, and another field goal try is good for Jude Mikitamni. 5 in 3 games for Ben LaBrosse. 2nd down, quickly caught underneath. Jermaine Jackson loses the football. Talking about turnovers, and we have the first one here with Zy Alexander, the last one to touch it and take it out of bounds. So that was caught by Jackson in these slippery conditions, lost the handle on the ball. To panic to see who's the last to touch it. Going out of bounds, actually picked up by Alexander. Adams, there's Tevin Jones who had a touchdown in the first meeting back in Kelowna. He just keeps pumping those legs and bumping into Lions and moving it down for a 14-yard pickup. Here comes Calgary. Faking to Mills, pressure on Adams, and Matthew Betts, the sack leader in the Canadian Football League, gets number 7 to break the tie. As it's been all Calgary here, but settling for field goals, and that's after getting inside the 20 twice in this quarter. So Mikitamni is good again. He's 3 for 3. That's from the team that's been penalized the least in the CFL this year. Calgary's been penalized the most, by the way. Here's Rourke rolling out to the right, looking deep. Down to an open receiver in behind is Jackson. Will he be caught just before the goal line? He is by Anthony Johnson. Xander Horvath is in at quarterback. Short yardage, left, pushes his way in, and another touchdown for Horvath. And suddenly the Lions, with one big play, followed up by the touchdown run, have closed the gap here in Calgary.
Jermaine Jackson just keeping his stride going and knowing that he could run underneath this one was big on the field.
Just getting in behind Zy Alexander's Jermaine Jackson and Anthony Johnson saving a touchdown for one play, but then BC took it in. Here's the return there by McAllister, and a good one too up across the Calgary 45. Hindsight's 20/20 always. Adams back, pressure coming, lofts one into the end zone, coverage is there, and it's a touchdown for Erik Brooks. It looked like Ronald Kent had it. Could have been an interception. But one-on-one, and they fight for it. It's 87, red and white, coming up with the football, and the Stampeders have their first touchdown of the night.
Playing it like a punt. He's saying there's offensive interference. And
wrestled it away from Ronald Kent Jr. We get a 15-7 Calgary lead. 8 points on top, and here's a big return. That is Stanley Berryhill back on the offense, and also, and Brooks won that one. Handing off. Horvath keeps running. Like a little confusion there with the Stampeders defense as he gets it all the way to the Calgary 50. A gain of 20 for Horvath.
Home linebackers to the line of scrimmage.
So they run tempo, and Rourke takes off. He'll have a first down. He'll have more. Nathan Rourke gets as much as he can in 2 running plays. Here comes BC again, 29 more yards. We get another 1st and goal coming up here from the 9 for BC, coming right back. 4-man rush, a look to the end zone, caught. Keon Hatcher, touchdown BC. And a 2-point conversion away from tying this game.
Well, I would suggest that touchdown throw and catch is important for that pick.
The slick conditions here in the Calgary end zone. Horvath They try to run it in for two. Breaks a couple of tackles, but not that one by Ben LaBrosse. Comes in and make sure he can't get into the end zone. So, speedy defensive end for the Calgary Stampeders. So, second down and 10, 1:16 on the clock till halftime.
They got him this time.
And we got a flag out now as Rourke tosses it down. It's caught. And what a catch. And what a play for Stanley Berryhill. But is this thing all for naught? Is it coming back? Calgary, he hit 3 field goals. He missed an extra point. But for field goals to go 4 for 4, final play first half, he puts it through. 44 out. And the Stampeders, who've led the entire time, BC's had some, and we saw that from Horvath too. Butler, former 1,000-yard rusher. And that's the gift to Horvath. So 1-2, and he's breaking loose. Alexander trying to track him down and wrestle him down after Xander Horvath, who really broke out last year with a 70-yard touchdown run here at McMahon Stadium. And the Lions, right at the 10. Taking to Horvath, rolling, trying to get away from Falarner, and Malati does. 5, diving for the pylon, and that is a BC Lions touchdown. 10-yard TD, Nathan Rourke, and his second rushing touchdown of the year.
Such a cat and mouse game on the edge when you've got great defensive ends like Clarence Hicks and Rimolade.
And Rourke with second rushing touchdown of the season, 10 yards. He's got 39 yards rushing on the night. Here's McAllister on the return. And it's Riley Pickett on the tackle, but yet another solid return for McAllister. And for Paul Lapalisse on the men's side as well. So BC football, they have the 2-point lead. Play action pass coming up to Keon Hatcher. Another big catch for Hatcher out of bounds, his third catch of the night. Saskatchewan, and that came down to the final drive where it was the Riders winning and going to the Grey Cup. The blitz, Rourke tries to get away. Before he goes down, he dumps it off in the area of Hatcher. Late in the third quarter now, had been leading most of the way, heading into the second half. Vernon Adams escapes the pocket, turns it up, but he can't escape the grasp. His longest in the season is 43. This would be the longest to be put down. 45 yards out to increase the lead to 5. And Sean White puts it through. Outside the 10, BC going to work with a lead, 5-point lead, but nothing there. Elijah Hills, one of the rotational defensive linemen coming in. Looking to keep it going against the Ticats in Hamilton. Here's Rourke. Under pressure, gets it away. It's intercepted. Anthony Johnson. Still going. What a turn of events in this ball game as Johnson, with BC pressing again, gets the pick and takes it all the way down deep into the Lions zone.
On Deontay Williams.
And then from the 1 lunging in, that's a touchdown for Calgary. Quincy Vaughn scores an important touchdown here to give the Stamps the lead again. That is the 8th touchdown for Quincy Vaughn. And it all turned in a couple of plays. The interception. Penalties help. They get down close, they get it. Now they're looking for 2 to make it a field goal lead. He takes a look in, and it's caught, and it's 2 more, and it's Damian Alford, the second-year Stamp, back in the Calgary lineup, and 2 big points. Just rest them, Quincy. Just rest them. Stanley Berryhill. Right up the middle, the ball comes out. And it looks like the Stampeders have it.
That was at the marker. Sankey turned it away.
39-yard try for Mickey, who's 4 for 4 in field goals. Did miss an extra point. And he puts that one wide to the left, and it goes out. So under the new CFL rules, that is not a rouge. Needing 3 to tie. 2:47 on the clock. Stands in with time, and he threads it in nicely. That's McInnes, who's still going. Inside the 25-20, down inside the 15 before the Stamps finally take him down. They're down 3, but they're close. 11-yard line, 2nd and 10. Rourke. End zone, touchdown, Hatcher. What a redemption game for Keon Hatcher. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And BC has the lead again, a point after from making it more than a field goal stretch.
I believe it was Mills' big moment because there's lots of time.
Setting up the return here in the kick by Carl Meyer. McAllister at the 21. Over the 30 to 35. Breaking it to the left over the 40. 45, 46-yard line out of bounds. So once again, Tyreek McAllister gives the Stampeders offense a good place to start. Second down and 10 now for Josh Love. The Calgary 46. Under 2 minutes. Stands it with time. It's complete. Just over a Lions defender into the hands of Dejon Brissett. What a finish. 41 seconds on the clock here at McMahon. Josh Love, four-man pressure into the end zone, intercepted. Picked off BC, the veteran TJ Lee. And that should just about do it for the BC Lions. Formation to make it 3 straight wins and get closer to 500 again. Nathan Rourke takes a knee. His BC Lions take the game. And how about that combination of Rourke to Hatcher?